Putin, your time has finally come. Why? Because it's time to expose him, guys. And he's not going to be fooling us, especially not me. Why? Justin, Russia to seize financial assets of international... What? Of the people who worship Satan, supposedly. Okay? So this comes from the horse's mouth himself, that he's going to be seizing financial assets of international Satanists. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. I mean, is he going to seize his own assets? Probably not. But XRP will rise at the same time, as we know. Now this is clear as day. This is a full-blown, some type of weird agenda that's going on here, guys, and we're going to be exposing it in the limelight today. Okay? Now, this all comes back to digital currencies. Let's break it down. So here's a clip, I'm pretty sure, of him stating this.
Они привыкли столетиями набивать брюхо человеческой.
So they have been accustomed for centuries to stuff their bellies with flesh and pockets with money. But they must understand.
Плотью, а карманы деньгами. Но они должны понять, что бал вампиров заканчивается.
Interesting. He calls them that's ball vampires end. Ball vampires. But this is so weird that he comes about, guys, just randomly, right? Just randomly stating this. This is just so random. I'm like, wait, did he really say this? I'm actually shocked. Why would he expose the elites here? So something doesn't add up, okay? Now, one thing for certain, guys, what we do know of this person is that he once upon a time stated, sometimes he likes giving out the truth, it seems like. He once upon a time stated he was in a meeting with one of the American presidents in the past, and within that meeting, guys, he said a few beings came with a briefcase, guys, and they weren't wearing suits. You know what they were wearing? Robes. But this is why I say what he just stated right there, guys. It's really weird because he's going against the world elites, okay? But don't be fooled by him. Do not be fooled by Vladimir Putin. Why? This is why. It's so weird and it's funny. Russia confirms dates for delayed digital ruble CBDC rollout. Ruble. You guys see? So he's stating one thing, guys. He's going to be seizing all these financial assets from these people, okay? And on the other hand, he calls them vampires, and how they fill their stomachs with flesh and pockets with money. But wait a second. Then why are they about to launch a CBDC, a central bank digital currency? Right? The dates are kind of delayed here. The first phase was originally scheduled to launch on July 1st, 2025, with the central bank now proposing September 1st, 2026, although it requires a change to the law. Okay, so that's the thing, guys. So don't be fooled that, oh, certain people are good and certain people are bad, right? He was obviously picked for this role. I don't want to think about what his role is, right? Maybe a good person trying to expose the darkness here. Not quite sure. But on the other hand, he's really literally rolling out the darkness for the new world, which XRP will bridge all these assets, by the way. XRP will be the bridge to these digital currencies, okay? Remember, digital euro is coming. The European Central Bank plans to launch its CBDC, the digital euro, this October. China did it, Europe is next, then Russia. So they're all in the same boat. Do not be fooled. Why? Because XRVOD is here to save the day. Not to mention Trump isn't safe either.
Many people are a little worried about what will happen to them with the digital euro. Can you encourage them Why is the digital euro good for people like you and me?
Wait, that was hilarious. Not because of the accents, guys, but because supposedly they're getting calls, I guess, from viewers, right? It was probably pre-planned anyway. The calls were, and the man asked Christine Lagarde, can you please tell the world why, these CBDCs are a good thing, right? Encourage the people to actually trust CBDCs, because there's a lot of talks here, right, that people don't like it. Now, I'm not saying it's good or bad, guys. I'm just here to spread awareness of what I perceive here, what I think, right? It's just my opinions. So take it with a grain of salt.
A digital currency where it has been piloted, and there is only one which is clearly now launched in a very small country, but it is piloted on a fairly large scale in China.
By the way, I was going to say, but by the way, technology is never bad, right? How can technology be negative or bad? It does not make sense. It doesn't have a brain of its own unless it's an AI god. You guys realize this? Technology inherently isn't bad. You know what the bad part is? It's the person who has created the technology and what their beliefs are. That's the bad part. Technology isn't bad. A CBDC could be a very fantastic thing, and I think it will be. I think the future looks bright, okay, not dark. Because it's just going to make the world more efficient. But I hope the people who control the future events, guys, right, the future financial system, actually have a good heart, which I do trust, hopefully.
Is of use and of service to all citizens. So it is not something that is good for the elite, or is good for the young, or is good for some versus others. If it is well done and if it is well implemented, it would be of service to all citizens.
I understand it will be service to all citizens, but you know what this actually is, right? These CBDCs. It's the coin that will never sleep on the blockchain that's running 24/7. Okay? Please understand. It's a good thing and it could be a bad thing. It depends. From Coinbiro, Justin, digital euro timeline set. ECB board member says the digital euro could launch by 2029, following a major breakthrough on customer holding limits agreed by Euro area finance chiefs. Okay? Now, I'm going to be talking about Trump in another video. Let's first talk about XRP explained in under 5 minutes by Binance. Do they explain how XRP will be the bridge of these CBDCs? Don't be fooled by Russian presidents as well. By the Russian president.
It can be slow. Sending a simple transfer can take days. And money can be slow. Sending a simple transfer can take days and often comes with a bunch of fees. But what if moving money could be as quick and as easy as sending an email? XRP with...
Exactly. This is literally XRP's role in the financial elites, not the financial elites, literally the elites of the entire world will make your dreams come true, but for a price, that is. Okay? So be grateful that you have this opportunity. I wouldn't let it go to waste, even though I kind of did, guys. But it's okay. I'm still here, trying to take advantage of this opportunity as much as I can before the new era arrives. Because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen with you or without you.
Was created as an answer to that very question. Hey everyone, I'm Sammy here at the Binance Studios. Today we're talking about XRP. It's home to one of the most passionate communities in crypto, but it also has its critics. Curious to know why? We're covering it all. XRP is the native asset of the XRP ledger, a blockchain launched in 2012 by a team of engineers who wanted something more efficient than Bitcoin. At first,
indeed, Arthur Brittle said that XRP needs to be scalable for the entire globe, which is 8 billion people. This came from Arthur Brittle, the horse's mouth, who is anonymous, who is equivalent to Satoshi Nakamoto.
glance, XRP might look like any other crypto. It runs on a blockchain, it's decentralized, and you can send it across the world. But its very specific purpose is what sets it apart. XRP was built with one clear mission: to move money faster and cheaper. Transactions settle in about 3 to 5 seconds, cost less than a single cent, and use a network of independent validators instead of energy-hungry mining like Bitcoin. That also makes it much more eco-friendly. Another thing is its supply. All 100 billion XRP were created at launch. This is called being pre-minted. Compare that to Bitcoin, where every single coin must be mined, a process that will continue until the very last Bitcoin is created sometime around the year 2140. Supporters say this makes XRP more predictable and efficient, but critics argue that it means too much of the supply is held by its founders and a single company. And that brings us to Ripple. Soon after the ledger was created, some of its founders teamed up with entrepreneur Chris Larsen to form a company called OpenCoin, which later became Ripple. Ripple was given a large share of XRP to fund development and set up.
Now, the reason why Ripple came to be, from my understanding, is for partnerships to begin, okay, to occur. Now, the fintech company, the company doesn't need to be, the parent company of XRP doesn't need to be there, right, for XRP to work. XRP will work with or without Ripple, okay? Why? Because it was created that way, okay? It's independent. It's not attached to anything. But Ripple is there behind the scenes working for XRP, bringing people together, like the central banks, the different institutions, companies, retail, liquidity, all this major stuff, right? For the new financial system to function properly. Again, XRP to bridge currency for CBDCs and other assets.
Out to build products for banks and payment providers. This is where some people get confused, because Ripple and XRP are often used interchangeably, but they're not the same. Ripple is a private technology company. XRP is the digital asset that runs on the open source, decentralized XRP ledger. Ripple holds some XRP and builds on the network, but it doesn't control it. If Ripple disappeared tomorrow, the ledger and XRP would keep running. That close.
Indeed, right? And plus, the nodes, the decentralization is big, okay? It goes throughout the entire world.
Connection is also why XRP has both passionate fans and skeptical critics. Supporters point to its speed and low cost as proof it has one of the clearest use cases in crypto: fast, efficient cross-border transfers. Critics question its decentralization, arguing that Ripple's large early holdings made it too close to the system crypto was meant to disrupt. And then there's the legal drama. In 2020, the US SEC sued Ripple, claiming
Let's skip this part.
XRP sold on
Does he talk about the CBDCs or no?
in RLUSD nearly doubled in search. Launch of an Ethereum-compatible sidechain changed. It was built to make moving money as easy as sending information. It's been tested, doubted, and even taken to court, yet it's still one of the top 3 cryptocurrencies by market cap. With its legal battle settled and a community that continues to rally behind it, that original vision is back in focus. As for what's next, we'll be here to cover it. Make sure to subscribe.
So there you guys go. Okay, we know the proof is in the pudding, guys. They will make our dreams come true. So take advantage of it, like how they do to us. Not financial advice. I'll be prepared. And Vladimir Putin, you're not tricking me. No less. Or our community. Not financial advice. But it was so. See ya.